Okay, good evening everybody. I hope it's going fantastic with SLR A1 League, and we are in Canada for the Canadian GP. Guys, I'm drivers who want to take the win yet today, and I've luckily started today's stream a little bit earlier than last week. I was a little late last week thanks to away today, and as you guys can see, we've got Cavilian coming around to end off his first lap, and he goes quickest to the 1 minute 8.5. Right behind him it is one of the Red Bulls who hasn't actually started a lap yet. He's actually starting a lap now. It is Renan right behind Cavilian, but he has invalidated his lap already. So quickly check here the track map, full map. There we go. Okay, we've got another Ferrari. Umuteli goes second with a 1 minute 10.0. He's got a lot of time to catch up from his teammate. There's a Red Bull round in the first sector. I think that was Mr. Yagizan. Oh, a lot of drivers coming towards the line. Crazy Mars goes P3. We've got a Mercedes coming towards the line. That is Robbins in his Mercedes with a very, very sexy helmet there. I like the helmet. I like the helmet. He comes across the line to go P3 with a 1 minute 8.9. So at this stage, Cavilian is looking a little bit untouchable. I'm not going to lie. You've got Morgan who goes P5, and Gamer Mark goes on to provisional pole position with a 1 minute 8.535. Only a few 100ths quicker than SLR Cavilian. I can already see this is going to be a fantastic quali session. I think Cavilian, yes, he's into the pit lane. We've got a Renault VTEC coming through the final corner. He's coming towards the line, and he sets a 1 minute 10 dead. Oh no, 1 minute 9.999 on the top right hand. It actually showed a 1 minute 10 dead. That would have been quite significant. You guys can see Vettel goes P5 for Racing Point, and we've got a Williams coming towards the line. That'll be Crazy Mars, but he's coming into the pit lane. Let's quickly see anybody else. No, Robbins. Then you've got a Racing Point, McLaren. That's Gamer Mark. So guys, I think that's the first set of laps done. You've got Yagizan on the lap. Let's quickly go on board here with the Red Bull driver into the second chicane. Very tight chicane here. If you guys checked out the hot lap that we set out just yesterday, you guys would have seen that that's a very tricky corner to get traction coming out of it. So you really have to be very easy on your throttle coming out of there, or otherwise the car will go round on you. As Yagizan has a beautiful run through the penultimate chicane on the track into the final hairpin. Tight on the entry. He decides to take an early apex, not a late apex. Does Yagizan, and now coming onto this back straight. Oh, I think Yagizan might have abandoned the lap, guys. I think he did. Yep, he has abandoned his lap. He might go for another lap. You never know. But I think because he started, yep, he's abandoning the lap. He does not feel that was a good enough lap. As Ferret de Souza now starts his lap. Let's see what Ferret can do here this week. He had a fantastic race last week in China, and unfortunately he had a little bit of a mishap at the penultimate corner of the track, ending his race in tears. So I'm sure Ferret would like to redeem himself after the catastrophe he had last week in China. Through this next part, we headed from China to Canada. Hey, 2 C's, nice. Into this next part. And into this next chicane, a very quick chicane. This, you really have to be very friendly with the curbs here. They can throw you off course, but you still have to mount them to have the most amount of time gained through there. Into the famous Montreal hairpin, not as famous as the Monaco one, but still quite nice. Now heading on to the back straight. Here we go. It's full taps all the way till we get to the final chicane, which obviously is very iconic thanks to a very, very special wall called the Wall of Champions. Will Ferret de Souza's name be added to the list of people who suffered the Wall of Champions? And yes, he is. He has just added himself to that list, and he comes across the line obviously with not a very spectacular time, and he also invalidated his lap, so that it does not count for Mr. de Souza. Let's go back to one of the Red Bull drivers. It's actually not Yagizan, it's Renan, who's on an out lap. Let's actually see, I think everybody on track currently is on an out lap. There's yellow flag in sector 1. Was that Ferret? It might have been a little moment here for Ferret. We'll have to see. It's Cavilian actually, guys, who's also going to start his lap. Let's go on board with Cavilian and see if he can go any quicker. Into the first corner, mount the curve on the inside. Very beautiful line through here. He hugs the inside quite nicely. He struggles to get the power down, but eventually does get it down. Guys, remember, in qualifying, these cars are on full taps. You're looking at about 1,000 horsepower total. It's crazy for these tires to handle, so it's easy to get some wheel spin coming out of a corner. Into the next spot, Cavilian goes purple first sector, so that was a very quick first sector there from Cavilian. Let's go back onto the replay camera. Fantastic camera shot here off of the engine cover. Into this next part. Very tight there for Cavilian. He gets a beautiful run through there, but will he go purple middle sector? We'll have a look here, and it is not purple middle sector, so it must be green. According to the top right, he is 1.5 tenths slower than his quickest time. We'll have to see what happens as he comes towards the line. DRS gets open now as he goes towards this line. Perfect timing of the DRS. There wasn't even time for the orange part on the speedometer to show for the DRS. It was immediately green, and Cavilian, he backs out of that and dives it into the pit lane, feeling that lap was not good enough. Here we go. We've got an out lap for the Racing Point onto the Red Bull of Renan, who is currently also having a good lap as far as it seems. And right behind him, it is Mr. Morgan. There's a lot of cars coming for to finish their second laps at this stage. Here we go. Renan towards the final chicane. Will he corner cut or meet the wall of champions? No corner cutting, no wall of champions. He opens up DRS and he comes towards the line, and he's going to do a 1 minute 9.3. Next on the road is one of the Racing Points. Here comes Morgan. He goes P3 with a 1 minute 8.6. Then you've got the Williams of Crazy Mars, who stays P4. Oh, actually, yeah, I had an invalidation there. And we've got Robbins. He comes across the line to start his lap. Alfa Romeo of the Lando, the furry Lando YouTube. He comes across the line, but he only starts his lap as Yagi-san, guys, takes provisional pole position away from Gamer Mark and SLR Cavilian. What a fantastic lap there from Yagi-san. A 1 minute 8.427. Fantastic lap there from Yagi-san. That was truly spectacular. Well done there to Yagi-san. Okay, anybody else? We've got the second Racing Point of Vettel 05 coming towards the line. He opens up DRS once again to the line. He stays P7 and it's a 1 minute 9.003. Still a very good lap time. The times this week have been much closer than last week's time. That just bodes for a very good race indeed. So Renault, VTEC. Okay, let's quickly see anybody else on a lap. There's a lot of guys coming towards the line. Robbins, is he on a lap or is he coming to the pit lane? He's actually on a lap, guys. Robbins through the final chicane. He gets a fantastic ride and just shimmies the wall of champions and across the line. Robbins takes P1 with a 1 minute 8.2. That's a blisteringly quick lap time there from Robbins in the Mercedes. Yowza, wowza, what a time there from Robbins. Let's look at the two Alfa Romeos. We've actually got Mr. De Souza, who's on an out lap. Please don't tell me he corner cut as he starts his lap. And he did not. It's a lap start here for Ferrer De Souza. We've got one of the Ferraris. It might be Umuteli. No, it's not. It's actually Mr. Cavilian. Lap. Cavilian is on it today, guys. Cavilian really wants this. Well done to SLR Cavilian. Let's quickly see. I think definitely Vettel is on an in-lap. Let's look at the McLaren of Gamer Mark. The McLaren suits him, guys. I like him in a McLaren. I like it. I think he's also busy with an in-lap. And then you've got the Mercedes of Robbins, who've obviously just finished his lap. And he broke his front wing somewhere. So that is not very needed. But let's go on board with Ferrer De Souza. Can he finally get a lap done here around the Canadian GP circuit? Let's go into the hairpin. According to this, it's a purple middle sector. A tiny lockup heading into the hairpin. Not unseen here in Canada. Let's go on to this part. He opens up DRS now, and he goes down the back straight. 320, 325, 330 kilometers an hour, over 330 as he slams on the anchors, hits the brakes. Beautiful line there through the final chicane. He opens up DRS, and towards the line, he goes P7 with a 1 minute 8.9. Beautiful lap there from Ferrer De Souza as he also retires from the session and feels he can't go any quicker. Beautiful lap. That is actually head on board with SLR Cavilian as he goes to get himself back up into P2 with a 1 minute 8.401. But at this stage, Robbins is untouched in that 1 minute 8.2. Guys, that's a stupidly quick lap time. Well done, Robbins. Here we've got a Red Bull. Yagi's on an out lap. The other Red Bull of Renan is also on an out lap. So there's a lot of out laps at this stage, guys. We're basically heading towards the final runs in qualifying. So it's going to be very critical for these guys to get a good lap in before the session ends, as we've got 5.5 minutes to go of qualifying, and that's a corner cut from Renan. So before his lap even gets underway, it's already gone. Where'd it go? I don't know. It's gone. Oh boy, I love that movie. In any case, Morgan also starts his lap. Renan is going to have to get out of the way of the Racing Point driver. Beautiful. Oh, I think he's backed off, guys. Oh, he invalidated. That is why. Yagi-san, will Yagi-san invalidate? Let's see here. Through there, no invalidation, but cutting it very sweet there as Yagi-san goes into this next spot. Slam on the anchors. You actually have to brake a little bit earlier than you think for this left-right chicane. Right behind him it is Robbins, but who is on an out lap. So let's stay on board here with Yagi-san, as he is going to be the first car who has not invalidated his lap through this next chicane. Very quickly from Yagi-san, he uses all the outside part of the track, heading in towards the hairpin, onto the anchors now. Very tight line through. He actually takes the late apex, does Yagi-san. Beautiful line through there. And now we're going to run towards the line. Open up DRS now as he heads towards the line. Let's see what Yagi-san can do. Come on, come on, come on. 332 kilometers an hour before slamming on the anchors. I think Yagi might be running a slightly higher downforce package than Fred de Souza was. And here we go across the line. Yagi-san goes back onto pole position with a 1 minute 8.1 as Robbins now starts his lap, guys. Let's see if Robbins can go any quicker. Anybody else behind? We've got the Ferrari of Umuteli, who is currently sitting in P11, but I think Umuteli is coming into the pit lane, guys. Oh, or not. Oh, but he invalidates his lap, guys. So we've got one car to look at, and that is Mr. Robbins. Let's see it. Oh, guys, I love this helmet of Robbins. It just suits the turquoise of the helmet. Just suits this car, the Mercedes, so good. The helmet looks the same as the rear wing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's go, Robbins. Let's stay on board for this next spot, guys. Very aggressive through this next spot. Wow, guys, Robbins is but he has invalidated his lap. But that was super aggressive through that middle sector chicane. Jeez, that was highly aggressive. I can understand where he gets his time. Okie doke, so Robbins still has enough time to go out for one more lap. The question is, does he have enough tires left? Cavalier, no, it's still Umuteli. You've got Gamer Mark on an outlap, and you've got Renan on another outlap. So there is still times to come, guys. Still times to come. Let's see, actually Umuteli has not invalidated his lap, and he is on a lap now. He needs to try and match his teammate. Cavalier is on a 1 minute 8.4. Umuteli is on a 1 minute 10.0. 1.6 seconds to gain here for Umuteli to match Cavalier. Here we go into the final chicane. Very tight through there as he nearly kisses the wall of champions. But across the line, it's a 1 minute 9.7. He stays P11. Unfortunately, not a good enough time there from Umuteli. And we'll see if that is the final lap that Umuteli does indeed do. The Fury Lando YouTube has not yet set a lap time. Let's see here we go on to Gamer Mark, the guy that all the hype is with for this season. Can Gamer Mark get himself back into that P1 position? It's going to be between Yagi-san, Robbins, Cavalier, and Gamer Mark for pole position here today for the Canadian GP. You guys can see that there came Cavalier just quickly out of the pit lane, but he stayed out of the way of Gamer Mark. Beautiful there from Cavalier. Let's go through here. Mark, oh, Mark, that's an invalidation, my friend. Not needed, to be quite honest with you. Umuteli, let's quickly see. We've got the Renault of Mr. Vitek, who we haven't seen a lot this session, but he is actually going to start his lap now, as well as Vettel. Vettel is going to shimmy towards the line. He's just going to make it when it comes to the time. But we are currently running here with Morgan, guys, into the second. 0.72 up on his quickest time. Let's see what he can do here. Can Morgan? He can match those guys up top, so he might also be in a shout for pole position. So let's see here. We've got the Williams of Crazy Mars who's going to come across the line. He's only going to start his lap now. So let's see. There's Red Bull, but Renan is actually on lap, guys. I thought he was still on his out lap. That's how far behind I am. So let's go through here. I think Umuteli is behind him now. It's actually Mr. Cavalier. Here we go through the final corner. It's very tight through there. Towards the line, how Renan is going to get himself up into P7. Fantastic lap there from Renan. Let's see Cavilian. He stays P3. Oh, that's an outlap. He's only starting his lap now, guys. Gamer Mark is going to start another lap. Behind him, it is Morgan who gets himself up into P4. He jumps Gamer Mark. Second racing point of Vettel. Comes across the line, stays P9. Then we've got the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, also starting a lap. Mercedes of Robbins. Also starting a lap. Jeez Louise, guys. You guys are all starting laps. Let's go. Okay, VTech is also starting a lap. Okay, jeez. Okay, guys. Here comes Crazy Mars. He is going to go for the end of his lap. Through the final chicane. Watch out for invalidating. Watch out for the Wall of Champions. Across the line. And Crazy Mars stays P6 as qualifying is officially over now. So that is qualifying done. Let's go on board with the Ferrari of SLR Cavilian. Ooh, it's going to be very close. This guy's Crazy Mars has retired from the session, so his quali session is over and done with. I'm actually going to go on board with Renan, guys. Renan has gone out of his lap. He's no longer going for his lap. Here comes Cavilian. Is it going to be pole position? He stays P3. Gamer Mark. Will it be P5? Gamer Mark steals it at the final second. He goes pole position with a 1 minute 8.1. Fantastic lap there. Let's go on board with, not with Morgan. Where's Vettel? To the line. Vettel stays P10. We've got the Alfa Romeo of the Ferry Lando YouTube who goes P7. And finally, where's Robbins? Robbins takes pole away again from Gamer Mark. A 1 minute 8.0. What a battle for pole position that we just have between Robbins, Gamer Mark, Yagi-san and Cavilian. Fantastic qualifying there from these guys. Robbins steals it out from under the nose of Gamer Mark. Fantastic quali session from these guys. We are in for a cracker of a Canadian Grand Prix, guys. The question is it going to be a wet one or is it going to be a dry one? That is the question that we all need to ask. I think that's going to be a very interesting thing to see. But what a race. Fantastic from all these guys. That is what we love to see. Well done, boys. Oh, guys, what a quali session. Damn, son, damn. That was fantastic. That was magnifique. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh, guys, while we have time now, let's quickly check the comments. You guys have obviously been killing it in the comments. One more try. Show us Mark again. Guys, Mark so nearly had pole that session. It's going to be close between the top six, guys. Morgan always shows up when it's race time. So between the top six, it's going to be damn hard to choose a top five. I mean, seriously, this is going to be quite intense. And Alex DH says, please let it rain. And I'm sure if the drivers heard that from you, they might just not like you as much anymore. Oh boy, what a quali session, guys. I'm really going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to run through the grid for the race, which we will have in about 2 to 3 minutes. And before we head to the Grand Prix, guys, let's run through the grid for tomorrow. Robbins will start on pole position for Mercedes. Gamer Mark P2 for McLaren. Yagi-san P3 for Red Bull. Cavilian P4 for Ferrari. Morgan P5 for Racing Point. Crazy Mars is in P6 for the Williams boys. The Ferry Lando YouTube, Ferry Lando YT. P7 for Alfa Romeo. Renan P7. Ferrer de Souza P8. Ferrer de Souza P9. VTech P10, Vettel P11, and Umuteli rounds out our grid for today. This is gonna be epic. Are you ready? Are you guys ready for this Canadian GP? It's gonna be magnifique! Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now comes that part of the video where I predict a top 5, well, of the stream. And let me tell you guys this, it gets harder every week because these drivers step up their game weekly. So this is not going to be easy, but I'm going to try. I will try, and I will try my best, but I cannot promise anything. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, guys, give me like half of the formation lap time, and then I will give it, because this is almost impossible. This is going to be impossible. No. Okay, lap dog. No. That gets on. Full track map. Detail. We do the tires. Yeah, intervals between one another. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm not going to give myself off a lap. Screw that. Okay. Okie doke. Last time you did not predict Mark to get in the top 5. Yeah. Guys, leave me alone. I'm allowed to say what I think, and I don't hate on Gamer Mark. I actually like the guy, and he has clearly stepped up his game. So leave me alone. In any case. Okay, guys, let's quickly check. My top 5 predictions. I'm gonna go that Robbins is gonna take the win today. His pace seems fantastic. I'm gonna say Cavillion P2, Gamer Mark P3. I'm gonna say Crazy Mars P4, and Yagi-san P5. That is my top 5. Now my predictions almost never come true. So what we've got is a very interesting race indeed. And even some of these back markers, I mean, Ferret had a fantastic race last time out. He can be a factor in today's GP. So we're really gonna have to be very, very careful with what happens here in Canada. It's a short and powerful race, but oh boy. I know the strategy is a 2-stop. The potential for a 1-stop is not very good. It's a very slow strategy, especially because the hards are just absolutely useless. But we're gonna have a good one. We're going to have a good one. Let's quickly see. Ooh. Guys, tire strategy wise, only Umuteli has gone for the mediums. So is he doing mediums to hards? Maybe medium softs? You never know. But let's just see who can survive the first corner as the drivers line up for round number 3 here of the SLR A1 League. It is going to be magnifique. Let's wait for those beautiful 5 red lights, guys. It's going to be a good one. You guys are going to want to stay tuned for this one. And don't forget to drop that like down below on the stream. As we head to 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's go for the Canadian Grand Prix. Robbins off front with a fantastic start of pole position. Marks gets swamped there from Yagi-san and P2. Mark stays on the outside. SLR Cavillion up the inside. Marks wide through the first corner. Him and Cavillion are side by side. Cavillion gets forced wide through the first corner. P5 is Crazy Mars going side by side with Morgan. Into this next part. Come on, Mark. Defend. Mark falls behind Cavillion. Let's see. Here goes Crazy Mars. He's up into P5. Morgan. Everybody kept it clean through these first section of corners. Well done to everybody. And as you guys quickly glanced at the strategies here at this stage, and Robbins is being hounded by Yagi-san already for the lead of this GP. Crazy good start there from everybody. Good to keep it clean, guys. Here we go. Robbins in P1, Yagi-san P2, Cavillion P3, Gamer Mark P4, Crazy Mars P5. Oh, there was a nearly a spin there in the background. It was Ferret de Souza who had a moment there. Massive crash between de Souza and Vettel. Massive moment there. I do not know what happened there, to be exact. Massive crash there. Is that going to be a safety car? It doesn't seem like it, but that is massively sad for de Souza and Vettel. It looked like Vettel he came across de Souza and they just went creaming into the wall. Let's jump back to the leaders. Has Cavillion nearly says hi to the wall of champions. But in any case, Robbins is the leader after the first lap. Beautiful first lap from Robbins, but he is clearly not going to be going to be given an easy race if it is the choice of Yagi-san. Here we go. Cavillion P3, Mark P4, still Crazy Mars P5. The Williams driver can never be counted out. And guys, one thing that I've actually seen about Gamer Mark. His late race pace is much better than his early race pace. It's as if he just takes a while to get into rhythm, but I'm definitely not going to count out Gamer Mark. I'm going to keep an eye on him throughout today. The top 7 positions are actually between different constructors, which is fantastic to see. It's going to make the Constructors Championship a very juicy thing to behold indeed. Let's actually go on board here with Mr. Crazy Mars. Into this next corner. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Keep it clean and keep it nice. On to the match. At the end of this lap, guys, DRS will be activated. Let's quickly look at the ERS situation. Well, Cavillion is saving ERS fantastically, but not as good as Robbins, clearly. Damn, Robbins, damn. It's clear that Yagi-san is trying to catch Robbins with everything he's got, as DRS has been enabled, and Yagi-san sets the fastest lap of the GP. Beautiful lap there from Yagi-san, I'm sure. 1 minute 12.0. Very, very good race pace lap. If you take the car, it's got 65 kgs of fuel inside, so it's gonna be a good one. Morgan. Okay, let's see. Actually, guys, Vettel and De Souza are so far back. Vettel gets a penalty, I'm sure, for cutting one of the chicanes there. But these guys should not give up, guys. It is a safety car, can happen. Anything can happen in this GP, though. So just keep their heads down and keep pushing. Here we go, back with the leaders. Guys, it's so close between the top 5. Oh my goodness. Morgan is starting to fall back like I suspected he would. But I'm never going to count anybody out again, especially after Gamer Mark surprised me last week. There's a lot of smoke there. I think somebody had a massive lockup heading into the hairpin. It might have been Robbins there. I think Robbins is trying to push a little bit too hard. But Yagi-san is kind of forcing that. DRS has been activated, and Cavillion needs to watch out that he doesn't fall out of DRS range. Here we go into the chicane. It's very close between the Mercedes and the Red Bull. I get some Hamilton v Verstappen vibes here. Let's go, baby! As Ferry Landobot gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. I see a lot of people that's going to get that with today's races, guys. As Yagi-san goes quicker again. He sets a purple lap time of 1 minute 11.7. Fantastic lap there from Yagi-san. He is really wanting this lead from Robbins. And Robbins is really going to have to be on his tippy toes if he wants to keep that Red Bull behind him. As now, Mark and Mars are pressurizing Cavillion. So Cavillion is also under threat here because he is now out of DRS range of Yagi-san. So Cavillion is going to have to be very, very easy with his race strategy, as Vettel actually bests Yagi-san's quickest lap, as Yagi-san was massively wide there through the chicane. But he is very close to Robbins, guys. Look at this. Heading into the hairpin, Yagi-san has a look. Will he go for the move? He thinks about it. He goes. That was very late reactions there from Yagi-san, but he goes for the move. And he is alongside Robbins. He is ahead of Robbins. I think he will have DRS. Yes, he will. So Robbins is going to have to spam that overtake button to stay with the Red Bull. Very beautiful move there from Yagi-san to take the lead of the Canadian GP. Here we go into the chicane. It's going to be very close as Robbins gets a 3-second penalty. Oh, come on, boys. Keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. Here we go into the first corner. Robbins decides to stay behind Yagi-san, and they have brought Cavillion and Gamer Mark right back into this fight, as well as Crazy Mars. Guys, I would love to see a 5-car battle for the win today. It would be absolutely fantastic. As Ferrer de Souza has come into the pit lane and strapped on the hard tires, I'm guessing to run to the end of the GP. So he's going for a very, very bold strategy indeed. Okay. Yagi-san leading the way. It's going to be very nip and tuck between himself, Robbins, and Cavillion. But Yagi-san has already pulled a half-second gap. But with this track having 3 DRS zones, to break the 1-second gap is really hard, to say the least about it. Yagi-san has a really tight line through that middle sector chicane. He's got an awkward line through there. But if it works, it works. Into the hairpin. Oh, Robbins, that lockup, my friend. You're going to have to watch out for those lockups. Your tires will never hold with that. Onto this straight now. We are already on lap 5. I can't believe it. Here we go. Yagi-san, Robbins, Cavillion, Mark, Mars. All these guys within DRS. Morgan has fallen out of DRS, so it's literally these 5 cars staying with one another. Will Robbins go for a move into the first corner, as he does have DRS? Will he use that overtake? He does not seem to be using the overtake. He seems to be buying himself some time, just taking it nice and easy. Just chillaxing, just chillaxing. Let's go on board here with Cavillion, guys, and see how the lap goes. I'm just quickly going to take a sip of water. Excuse moi. Guys, there's so much going on. I'm talking a lot, so I'm very, very thirsty when it comes to like after 5 sentences. But in any case, let's go back to this. There's more Cavillion. That was not a good run through there. More. What's happened to Robbins? Oh no! Also, there's something went wrong there with Crazy Mars, guys. What happened there? Is Robbins out? Is there a safety car? There might be, guys. I'm not sure. What happened there? Oh my goodness, I missed out on what happened there. Oh wow. Okay, guys. So guys, he must have lagged out or something. Something must have gone wrong there. That is just weird. Okay, but the race is still continuing, and Robbins is out of the picture now. So my guess to win the GP is already out of the GP. Unless there's a safety car which he can bring himself back into contention. As VTech, what is happening? Oh, guys, there's a few pit stops happening. A lot of pit stops, actually. Crazy Mars is in. There's a lot of pit stops happening. We'll see how all these guys come out of the pit lane. Umuteli takes now P5 after his incident. Guys, Robbins has retired. Something must have gone wrong there. I do not know what, but something must have gone wrong there. Oh, that's heartbreaking there for Robbins after having such a not dominating, but excellent qualifying performance. Let's see here. Morgan out in P6 for Racing Points. Vettel out in P7. He is now rejoined in this little pack. Crazy Mars P8, Renan P9, and Ferry Lando is in P10. So let's see these leaders. When are they going to dive it into the pit lane is the question. As Umuteli gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That is obviously for exceeding track limits. Wow, what a start we've had to this Canadian GP. Is Yagi-san diving it in? Yes, he definitely is. Cavillion, however, is not. As well as Gamer Mark? Son! Okay, these two feel that they can go a little bit longer. Maybe these guys are trying the risky one-stop. You never know. You never, ever, ever know. Yagi-san out of the pit box. Here he goes. He has strapped on a set of mediums. Very interesting strategy indeed, as Fer de Souza also earns himself a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Let's go through here. It is Gamer Mark. Guys, he's really hanging on to Cavillion, and he's hanging on well. Jeez Louise, he's really on a mission today to have a good result here. After the podium last race, I'm sure he will want to keep the momentum running for himself. As Ubutedi is now into P3, guys, after stopping, he started the race on those mediums. Oh yes, the smart cookie. He is the smart cookie. So we will see what Umuteli is going to do. Mark is really close to Cavillion, guys. Will these guys have a drag race heading into the pit lane? We'll have to see. Here we go. McLaren v Ferrari heading down the back straight. It's Gamer Mark. Crazy Mark also gets a 3-second penalty. What is Mark gonna do? He has to duck. Oh, Mark is actually... Okay, he ducks back into the slipstream of Cavillion, but just to go into the pit lane. So Cavillion is going round for another lap. And guys, you guys just saw it on your screen. The pit window is open for softs to hards. I think Cavillion is going for the very, very risky one-stop, guys. I don't think that's the quickest way to go, however. I honestly don't think that's the quickest way to go. Yagi-san takes back P2. He has actually passed Umuteli. Morgan is still P4. Here comes Mark. Let's see, will he get ahead of Morgan? He definitely does. That's funny. Definitely. As Robbins has left the session, so that is a big F in the chat for Robbins. As we can see here, VTech, Fer de Souza. Okay, guys, the only man who hasn't made it stop yet is Cavillion. And guys, the one thing is with a one-stop, if you are on a one-stop and the safety car comes out, your one-stop is a little bit screwed over. Oh boy, I hope you know what you're doing, Cavillion. I hope you know what you are doing. Ooh, that's a bit of a yawn from my side. As penalties are getting handed out left, right, and center for these drivers. Corner cutting the whole time, but guys, to be quite honest, Canada is corner cut city. So yeah, as Cavillion is still staying out. A full 9 laps on those softs, on heavy fuel. KV, you sure you're alright, my friend? Oh boys, oh look at this, guys. We've got Morgan having a little look at Mark as Umuteli nearly heads into the wall of champions there. Oh, that was close. Very, very close indeed. As Crazy Mars has also made his race a lot harder after that moment where Robbins retired and he hit the wall for some other reason. He might just have lost control coming out of that second chicane. So yeah, I think it's going to be a hard race still to go for Crazy Mars, but there's still 26 laps to go, so we still need to be on our toes. As your strategy is really breaking my brain, Cavalian. It's honestly breaking my brain. Oh boy, I need to stop yawning. Sorry guys, it's been a heck of a week for me, but I'm here. This is what I love to do. I love watching these races and commentating over them. I love SLR. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. On board with Cavalian. With Yagi-san. Now on board with Cavalian. Will he come into the pit lane? And now 10 laps on these softs. Cavalian. There we go, guys. Cavalian is into the pit lane. Let's see what he goes on to. No speeding in the pit lane penalty. Let's quickly see here. I think Yagi-san will take the lead back. Cavalian, I think, lost a lot of time. But he is definitely going for the one stop, guys. Softs onto hards. Very risky. I hope this works out for Mr. Cavalian. Otherwise, it's going to be a very tough race for him. Because those hards are very, very slow here around Canada. Will he be jumped by Gamer Mark, though? I think he is going to. Guys, he's going to get jumped by Morgan Umuteli. And he's going to come out just ahead of Crazy Mars. But Mars is going to eat him for breakfast with those mediums. Oh, Cavalian, I hope you know what you're doing, son. I hope you know what you're doing. It's now back on board with Yagi-san, guys. Actually, let's already check the race director a bit to see what the penalty situation is. Yagi-san has actually got a warning. That's like weird because he always has a faultless race when it comes to track extension. Mark is on 2 warnings, so the next warning will be a penalty. As well as Morgan Umuteli has got a penalty plus 2 warnings. Cavalian, nothing thus far. Hello, Crazy Mars penalty. Vettel penalty, Renan penalty, Ferrylando 2 penalties. Oh boy, VTech 2 penalties, 2 penalties for Ferret as well. No, 1 penalty for Ferret. Okay. Robbins, Robbins is out. So guys, it's going to be a very interesting race. This is very, very interesting. So let's go out as VTech gets another penalty for himself. But there's a very intense battle brewing right behind. As Umuteli is past Cavalian. No. Wait. What's okay? Or am I just starting to go crazy? Cavalian is actually poaching his teammates' DRS for the rest of for the lap to defend from Crazy Mars, who gives Cavalian a little bit of a love tap there on the rear end. So Crazy Mars is really starting to be aggressive. But here goes Cavalian for the move on to Muteli as well as Crazy Mars. What a beautiful move there from Crazy Mars. A double position loss there for Muteli. But he is on a contrast strategy. As here goes Vettel as well on Umuteli. Umuteli, leave him the room, my friend. Leave him the room. Very close there between the two of them. But Vettel will have the exit and the grip. Fantastic there from those two. As Mars is now going to try and get past Cavalian, who needs to stay as consistent as humanly possible if he wants to have a chance at winning this race. Because already, guys, particularly see the gap to big moment there for Crazy Mars. That is just, he misspotted his braking. And also, Vettel broke a piece of his front wing, guys. He actually hit the wall of champions. That is a heartbreak there for him. And that is not what he would have wanted. Guys, let's see. Cavalian is 7.8 seconds behind the leader. So basically round it out. That's 8 seconds. So when Yagi-san pits for his second stop, Cavalian is going to be ahead by about 10 seconds. So he really needs to race very smart if he wants to win at the end of this race. And there's still a battle brewing between Vettel and Crazy Mars, who will come out on top as Vettel nearly bends it in the wall. And now they've brought Renan into this fight. He goes onto the outside. Here we go, outside for Renan. Will he get the move? Will he make the move stick? He does! He does. It's still side by side for him and Mars. I thought he did stick it, guys. Crazy racing here at Montreal. Here comes Mars. Will he shunt it up the inside? Yes, he does. And he's back ahead of the Red Bull driver. What a fantastic race. That is exactly what Cavalian needed to get out of the DRS of those guys. Fantastic. What am I doing there? No. What is going on? Oh no. There we go. Broadcast. There we go. Oh, as Renan, Vettel is into the pit lane, guys. And a 5-second penalty for him as well for speeding in the pit lane. Here we go. Renan on Crazy Mars into the first corner. There. Mars keeps the position for now. But Renan seems he's hungry for some Williams. As guys, Actually, Morgan is driving a fantastic race, just keeping his nose clean, driving his own race, staying out of the hair of everybody else. Yagi-san has bolted. He is 3.6 seconds ahead of Mark, who is 1.6 ahead of Morgan, and it seems to me that Morgan is slowly but surely catching on to the rear end of Gamer Mark. We'll keep an eye on that battle. Cavillion, well done in P4 thus far, mate, well done. Let's see if you can maintain it and if you can take a it'll be a well-earned victory if this one stop works out. I'm not going to lie. See ya, Crazy Mars. I really want to keep an eye on this battle, guys. This is going to be a very, very interesting battle indeed. And the only thing that can really throw this race completely out of proportion is Yagi-san goes quickest with a 1 minute 11.2. So Yagi-san is flying at this stage. Here we go, Mars, Renan, Furryland, who is also on the back of this fight. Don't count out the Alfa Romeo driver, guys. He can still do something here with Renan and Crazy Mars battling as they are. Here we go through this next part. Very tight through here. Sorry about that. Just quickly had a little bit of something to do there. Here we go. Vitek, Umuteli, Vettel, Ferret decides to pull Ferret, guys. I really feel for Ferret. Damn, that's just, it's not a fun way to have your race start like it did for him. But I mean, he's almost getting lapped by Yagi-san, to be quite honest. That's just sad, man. Oh, poor Ferret. Oh, but in any case, Crazy Mars. Mars is really racking up his penalties, guys. I mean, jeez, he's really racking up those penalties. Oh man, what am I doing? Sorry about that, guys. Mars, let's go. Yeah, guys, look at that. He's got, and they just flashed another penalty for him. So he's got at least 2 penalties. So he's really gonna have to keep his nose clean for the rest of this race. Otherwise, he's just gonna fall to the back, and lose out on very much needed points. So let's see, Mark 3.7 behind Yagi-san. I think Yagi-san has backed off a little bit, and Mark has started to push. Morgan 2.5. Okay, so Gamer Mark has realized this Pink Panther is catching me. I need to put foot into the corner. Yes. Now Cavillion P4, Mars P5. Guys, Mars really, I know he came into the pit lane to replace his front wing, but that is what cost him. It has cost him so much. He's out of the fight for the race win. So I think he would have been with Mark and Morgan. Maybe even to Yagi-san, you never know. But on board with our, not on board, but looking at our leader, let's actually go back to Renan and Mars. Renan is close, but not close enough to do anything at this stage. So, so we'll have to see what is going on here. I actually wonder, will Renan have the pace to stay with Mars? I think Mars is really quick, but he's making too many mistakes at this stage. Let's see. Oh, Renan has a look up the inside of the final chicane. They mount the curve very aggressively as Renan has a little bit of a tank slapper there coming out of the hairpin. Into the first corner. Slow. There we go. Oh, Mars has a little bit of a lock up there. Close for Renan and Mars. Through this next part, slowly on the power as Renan discovers how quickly stuff can go wrong. Through the next chicane, very nip and tuck, Here we go, guys. I'm really curious to see what Cavillion is going to do with this race, because he is now in the perfect scenario. He's got no pressure from behind. He just needs to be consistent. Let's actually look at his consistency at this stage. Since he's put on the hard tire, 113, 112, 112. Geez, guys, he is really consistent. So that is thus far a really good thing. If he can keep this consistency, he's going to be a very big force to be dealt with at the end of the race. So we're going to have to keep an eye on Cavillion. But I think Mars and Renan might be catching him, but they are nearing their second and final pit stop. It can't be far away anymore. I really want, guys, Cavillion strategy is just breaking my brain. The one stop is not a quick strategy around Canada. It's just, it really sucks, to be quite honest. So I'm really want to see how it works out for him. But Yagi-san, gap to Gamer Mark is now 2.5. The gap is slowly but surely coming down. So for all the Game Mark fans out there, keep rooting for your boy because he is on a mission. And then you've got Morgan P3, who's now 4.2 behind Mark, so he has clearly fallen away. And then you've got Cavillion a further 4.8 seconds back. I want to look at the gap to the leader. Cavillion 11.8. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good for Cavillion. The more the gap extends, the more it's going to become a little bit of a problem. So we'll see now. I see you guys telling me in the comments I need to keep an eye on the gap between Yagi-san and Mark. It seems to have stabilized now at 2.5 for this lap. Maybe Yagi-san is just starting to preserve his tires a bit. Maybe he wants to go to the softs at the end of the race to secure the win. You never know. That can be a very big possibility. Because at the end of the race, when the car's on lighter fuel, the softs do tend to last an easy 10 laps. So if he can take these mediums to lap 25, he is going to have a very strong edge to this race. And he will have fastest lap as well. Don't forget that. He will have fastest lap. Okay, dokes. I'm sure you guys who are watching are enjoying this race thus far. The race started crazy. And we are now actually over the halfway point, as Umutele gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. And I think also Cavillion needs to start putting pedal to the metal, because he is still dropping away from Yagi-san, and it's gonna be very tough indeed. Renan is still hampering Mars, with Ferry Lando also following close behind, hoping for a mistake from these guys ahead, I'm pretty sure. The Renault VTEC, solid P8 at this stage. He's still keeping it strong for Renault. Umutele P9, 6 lap for all mediums. Well, they're going to be 7 laps all in just a few moments. And we've still got Ferret, poor Ferret, 30 seconds behind Vettel. Oh, poor Ferret, guys, poor Ferret. Quickly see a Mark. Well, now the gap is down to 1.9 seconds. Mark is really pushing, guys. He's really pushing. So Mark is sniffing a race win here today. And as we know, all pressure on top of him, because you guys are really supporting Gamer Mark. Let's go, Mark. Let's go. His tires are 1 lap fresher than Yagi-san, so he will definitely be quicker. But I think 1 lap here around Canada is not as big of a deal. But still, it will make a difference. It definitely will. So 1.9 and still declining. Will Gamer Mark have enough to catch Yagi-san come the end of the race? Morgan is in a world of his own. Actually, now Cavillion has started to close down Morgan. I think the mediums on Morgan's car is starting to go away. As I say that, Morgan is diving it into the pit lane for his second pit stop, and that'll promote SLR Cavillion up onto the podium. Now there's front wing bits flying there, guys. Whose front wing is that? Whose front wing is that? Come on, is it Renan? It might be, no, it's not Renan. It's not Cavillion. Can't be Mark. Please don't tell me it's Mark. It can't be Mark, because Mark was already through there. Guys, honestly, it's Mars. Guys, crazy Mars. The 2 pit stops he's made has been for front wing replacements as well. So he is truly out of contention for this race unless there is a safety car. We'll have to make very pretty sure that everything still goes great on this side for all the drivers. Yagi-san has a massive moment. They're coming out of the hairpin, guys. That's going to cost him momentum all the way down this backtrack. And look at the gap declining. Mars was 1.9 behind. It's now 1.5. Mistakes like that cannot be afforded by Yagi-san, as Yagi-san is actually into the pit lane for a fresh set of mediums. I don't think softs will go to the end from this point on. Yes, it is mediums. Now, can Gamer Mark put in a quali lap on those worn mediums to get himself just that slight bit closer to Yagi-san? We'll have to see. Obviously, Cavillion, I think, will jump Yagi-san. Yes, he will, but guys, it's not a big gap. The Cavillion needed a bigger gap than this. I mean, there's Yagi-san at the pit lane exit. So, Cavillion is going to be in contention for this race win, but his grip is going to be much less than the rest. So, I'm going to go on board with Gamer Mark, guys. I actually want to see his sector times, so let's quickly do that. Let's keep an eye on Gamer Mark's sector times, as I wonder if he's going to go a lap extra on these tires. I want to see what his strategy is now. 3 plus 3.5, 3.5 tenths on his middle sector. But maybe this is a quicker lap than usual. Overtake mode engaged. Only 10% ERS left. Wow, he's really using all the juice down the back straight. Will he pit? Yes or no? I think he might do, guys. 0% ERS left. And into the pit lane. There we go. Mars is in. Oh! Mark gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, guys. That can cost him the race. That can truly and honestly cost him the race. Oh, F in the chats for Game of Mark, guys. F in the chat. Let's see here, Cavillion. Let's go, my boy. Let's go. You can do this. You can do this. Cavillion is up and running. Here we go. Cavillion takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. And now, will Yagi-san and Gamer Mark be able to catch him in time? Gamer Mark needs to hope and pray that Yagi-san gets held up by Cavillion, that he can get past him quickly and just run with everything he's got. That's going to be ideal for him. Morgan is still in a solid P4. Umuteli is now P5, but he still has to stop. Renan is now P8, so at some stage Lando overtook Renan. Mars is now down to P9. It's really been a race to forget for him. VTech P10, and Fred de Souza is still at the back, just running his race till the end. What a lad to finish, even though he knows he might not even get points. But still, what a man, what a man. As the gap between Yagi-san and Cavillion is coming down, it was 1.5 seconds already that Yagi-san has taken out of Cavillion. And now, Yagi-san is just these. Oh, there's a move being made here. Here we go, behind Umuteli. It's very, very crazy for these next drivers. Look at this, guys. Lando is going to the outside. Will he stay on the outside? Overtake mode. And oh, massive crash! Massive crash! Oh, the racing points of Vettel is out. He is out, and there's massive damage on the front wing of Ferry Lando. And the safety car has been deployed. Safety car deployed. This will bring Ferry de Souza back into the race. I think he is just loving that at this stage. Okie dokes, guys, this has ruined Cavillion's strategy. Like I said, if the safety car gets deployed, your strategy is ruined. Guys, if I was Will Gamer Mark with that 5-second penalty, go into the pit lane, strap on a set of softs, and serve the penalty and try and fight back when the safety car comes in. As Vettel has left the session, guys, I really think that that Ferry Lando did not leave Vettel enough room there, and I'm sure that is going to be a steward's inquiry at the end of this race. Come on, Ferret, you really have to take a set of softs. Please tell me you're taking a set of soft tires. Come on, my boy, come on, you can do this. You can do this. Let's go, set of mediums. Mediums, actually. Okay, so Ferret is going for the medium tire strat. Let's see, Cavillion is in. And he is going onto the softs, exactly what I thought he would do. He gets held up by Mark there. But guys, exactly what I thought Mark should do to get rid of that penalty. He has still got a chance here. Oh guys, the field is going to be shuffled up so much. If Yagi-san can make a break at the end of the stint, he's got this race in the bag. His mediums are fresh, but he's got this man to worry about now. Actually, both of these men. Oh, Mark, you're going to lose a place to Renan. It'll be critical for you to get out ahead of him. Well done, Mark. Well done. P4, so he can still fight for, guys, he can easily fight for P1 still. So this is not over for Gamer Mark. It's not over for Cavillion. The final few laps of this race is gonna be absolutely spectacular. You guys need to hit the like now. You have to hit it now. This is gonna be fantastic. Oh, yowie, wowie. Okay. So guys, let's quickly see. Everybody has got into the pit lane. So, Yagi-san is leading the way for Red Bull. From Morgan in P2, Cavillion in P3, Mark in P4, Ren in P5. Fantastic race from the Red Bull driver, by the way. Crazy Mars is in P6 with VTech P7. Umuteli is now in P8 with Ferry Lando P9 and Ferry de Souza in P10. And the two Alfa Romeos finish the race now, guys. They will score points. That is all that needs to be said. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit biased towards the Alfa Romeos because I drive for Alfa Romeo in A2. By the way, you guys gotta watch the race after this because I'm racing there. Come on, I need the support, guys. I need the support. So, race going to be quite intense. As Ferry de Souza, oh my word. Guys, he is in lapped. He's lapped. Ah, no! Oh, no, that sucks. That sucks bad. Oh, Cody's, please implement the code the game so that lapped cars can overtake the safety car. Please, I beg. Oh no, Ferret, I'm so sorry. Oh, this sucks, guys. This truly and honestly sucks for Ferret de Souza. He's behind. Red. Yagi-san, he literally needed to stay ahead of one car. He needed to stay ahead of one bloody car. Oh, wow. Okay, that's F in the chat for Ferret. F in the chat for Ferret de Souza. Okay, guys. 9 laps to go if the safety car comes in this lap. Thank goodness, safety car in this lap. 9 laps left of a non-stop pedal to the metal full blast racing. Yagi-san, V Morgan, V Cavillion, V Gamer Mark. Guys, we need that meme of the F1 song being played on a flute. We need that now. Okay, guys, let's go back to racing action. I'm going to keep an eye on Cavillion. And it's green, back to green flag racing. Morgan, Cavillion, and Gamer Mark have to dispatch of Ferret as quickly as humanly possible. Here we go. Yagi-san has bolted already. It's already a 1 second gap to Morgan. Here we go. Cavillion around. Boy, as also these guys are going to be hampered by de Souza, so it's going to be a very tricky situation. Don't count out Renan as well, guys. He has been having a fantastic race thus far. If he keeps it clean, he can get a solid race here today. So look at this, Vitek Umuteli. Oh, great. Okay. Come on, Cavillion, let's go, boy. Come on, Mark. You guys can do this. You can remember, guys, DRS has been deactivated until these guys have raced 2 laps. As SLO Cavillion just gets himself a 3-second penalty. Oh boy, guys, that can be critical at the end of the race if Yagi-san does not have a penalty. Oh, that's not good. Yellow flags in sector 2. Yellow flags for an Alfa Romeo. Who is it? It's Furry Lando. What happened to Furry Lando, guys? No, it's been a terrible day for Alfa Romeo thus far. Virtual safety car. Yagi-san slows down, Morgan slows down, Cavillion slows down, guys, while the virtual safety car is out. Let's quickly see, does Yagi-san have any penalties yet? He's got 1 warning. 2 warnings! Ooh, okay. 2 warnings for Yagi-san. Next warning will be a penalty, and then him and Mr. Cavillion will be on level packing. Oh, great goodness. Yagi-san, for him to win this race, he's going to have to keep it clean. That's the thing. He's going to have to keep it clean. As guys, my timing is perfect as we go back to green flag racing. And now Cavillion is right up underneath the gearbox of Morgan. And if he wants to stay ahead of Gamer Mark, he really needs to get sorry. My head is playing F1. My mouth is playing chess. He needs to get ahead of Morgan as quickly as possible. But look at just that one corner, how Gamer Mark said, oh hell no, boy, you come over here. I'm not going anywhere. Here we go. It's gonna, ooh, very close there for Morgan to going round. Here we go. It's Morgan, V Cavillion, and no DRS just yet. DRS will be activated on this next lap. But Cavillion is absolutely draining that ERS juice. Here we go. He has a little bit of a loop, decides against it. He's going to go through this corner now and try heading into the first corner, I think. He cannot forget about Mark behind him, who is actually towing along Ferret de Souza. Here we go. Let's go, Cavillion. Let's go. 3-second penalty for Ferret de Souza, guys. Ooh, I'm looking at that penalty line because if Yagi-san gets a penalty, this race has gone back up to 100, like literally. Okay, here we go, Cavillion. Through this next part. Clip the curb. Ooh. Into this next part. It's very close here. Oh, what a fantastic race. Oh, Mark's round. Mark's round. No, he was pushing too hard. Oh, guys, F in the chat. Mark, why are you bottling, son? Ah! Guys, F in the chat for Gamer Mark. I can't believe it. Oh, West Cavillion is going for the move on Morgan around the outside of the hairpin. Morgan actually defends from Cavilian there. It's going to be a drag race towards the chicane. Drag race, let's go. Who's going to have DRS? Actually, nobody. That's weird. Okay, here we go to the line. The Racing Point has got the legs on the Ferrari. Here we go. Next part, no DRS once again. Blue flags for Ferret de Souza. As Redden is coming up right behind him. Here we go into the first corner. If Cavilian just can't get past that Racing Point. And he's running out of time, guys. We've got 6 laps to go in this Canadian A1 GP. And it's gonna get crazy. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Game him all. VTech. Umuteli is in a world of his own. He's just nowhere. Pit lane. Pit lane for Umuteli. Ferret de Souza is just getting lapped as we go on. Yagi-san, Morgan, come on, Cavilian. Guys, it's going to be between Cavilian and Yagi-san for this race win. But the thing is, Yagi-san needs to not get a penalty. And Cavilian has taken his bloody time to get past Morgan. Take a light apex through the hairpin, Cavilian, come on. Light apex, light apex. And oh, Gamer Mark, you're gonna have a lot of DMs running your way for bottling this one, mate. You were in such a strong position. I'm just saying. Here comes Cavilian! And up the inside goes Cavilian off Morgan. Fantastic move there from Cavilian. He's gonna go hunt after Yagi-san now. Here we go. The gap is 1.1 seconds. It's gonna come down now because Cavilian will have the grip advantage. He's got 3 laps, fresh and soft. It's gonna get intense, guys. It's gonna get frickin' intense. Let's go. Okay, Doug, so this next part. Yagi-san, Cavilian, Morgan, Renan. Look at Crazy Mars. He's back up into P5 after costing Williams a fortune in front wings. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well gedaan. Well gedaan. Here we go. The gap is still 1.1 seconds between Cavilian and Yagi-san. Now down to 1.0 as Umuteli gets another 3-second penalty. Here we go. Ferrari are having a semi-strong day with Umuteli. It's still in P8, but freaking worlds behind the rest of the pack. Let's see here. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. It was still 1.1 seconds, guys. Yagi-san, I think, is pushing like an absolute stab rat. I think he's driving the hell out of this Red Bull. He wants to make sure he stays out of DRS of Cavilian. I don't think he will know if Cavilian has a penalty. Unless he has just spammed Jeff as much as possible. Yeah, oh, the gap is 0.6 of a second. 6 tenths. So Cavilian is within DRS. Now the battle is gonna heat up. Come on, let's heat it for the final 4 laps of this Canadian GP. Very close to between Cavilian and Yagi-san. These two were fighting last season as well. The rivalry has been renewed. Into the middle sector, the first middle sector chicane. Very tight, guys. I'm literally sitting on like with my head resting on top of my elbows, and I'm like, I've got tunnel vision and my head is not leaving the screen. Come on, boys. You guys are giving us fantastic racing action. Yagi-san, Cavilian, come on. It's very close between these two, but the gap is staying at 6 tenths. Yagi-san is immensely strong through the middle sector. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. 7 tenths. The gap is now up to 8 tenths of a second. Yagi-san is really strong through that middle sector. Here we go. We can't forget about that penalty for SLR Cavilian, guys. He has still got that 3-second penalty. Here we go. Morgan P3 still. Is he under pressure from Redden? Actually not. Redden is under pressure from Mars. Oh, that's Crazy Mars, guys. I think Crazy Mars has got like a bank just for penalties, because he's banking those penalties all the way. Redden takes the fastest lap. Wow, Redden, that's an extra point for the Red Bull driver as well as for the Red Bull team. Extra point to his name with the 1 minute 12. What is that? 1 minute 12.2. I'm too much focused on the gap between Cavilian and Yagi-san. 4 tenths of a second separates these two drivers. But Yagi-san just knows what line to take through that middle sector. The only thing that's keeping Cavilian on his rear end through the middle sector is DRS on this little back straight. Ooh, through this next part, the gap is half a second. Ferrari v Red Bull. This is now Leclerc v Verstappen for the future, guys. Into the corner, come on, Cavilian. Guys, how the hell am I supposed to like? It's so hard not to be biased when you're a commentator. Oh my goodness, no biasy. Come on, bias T. Okay, excuse my terrible English. In any case. Come on, yeah, Kevin is so close, guys. It's now 0.3 of a second. That is thanks to the assistance of DRS. Overtake is engaged. Is Yagi-san using overtake? No, he's not. He doesn't have a lot of overtake. Into the first corner. Here comes SLR Pavilion. A little bit of tire rubbing between the two of them. Here he comes around the outside. What a move from SLR Pavilion to take the lead, but Yagi-san is still there. Wow. What a move there from SLR Pavilion to take the lead of the Canadian GP. But just like in real life back in 2019, guys, will Pavilion get screwed out of the win thanks to a penalty? Oh my goodness, we've got 2 laps to go here in Canada. And now Yagi-san is the one on the hunt. But he is not looking good on ERS. Well, Pavilion also not anymore. So it's going to be about who can save their electrical energy the best. As Ferdinando is out of the race, has left the session. Ferdinando Souza still in P9. The poor man. Umuteli is almost getting lapped by his teammate. It's a sad day. But Gabriel Mark is going to secure P6, guys. He's going to have a solid P6. He's staying out with that broken front wing. He's not caring anymore. He's just sticking it out to run to the end. Here we go. We're going to see how everybody gets classified after all the penalties have been dished out. But here we go to start the final lap of the A1 Canadian GP. Look at the background. He had Crazy Mars and he's going for the move on Morgan. What a move there from Crazy Mars. And Redden, how did they get past Morgan? Does Morgan have front wing damage or something? Okay, so Redden is maybe going to make it a double podium for Red Bull here. Yagi-san is really, he's hounding Pavilion, guys. And Yagi-san doesn't have a penalty. Let's just quickly look. Quickly. Yagi-san, penalty. No penalty, guys. No penalty. If he keeps this clean, he can even back off. He can like literally back off, and he will still take the win. He needs to calm. Well, I don't know if he knows it, but he needs to just chill out. Here we go, Pavilion. He's actually getting. Mutelli is pulling away from him. Jeez Louise. Here we go. Game of Mark, 3-second penalty, not needed. But Raiden is also close to this. Will we have a final lap battle for P3 as well? Here we go. Yagi-san opens up DRS, heading towards the line. Pavilion v Yagi-san. I don't think Yagi-san is close enough, guys. Unless Pavilion messes up the final corner. Into the final corner, he does not mess up. Beautiful line through there. But I think Yagi-san will take the win. Renan is going to come up with P3 ahead of Crazy Mars. Guys, look at that. Yagi-san. Morgan takes P2! Morgan takes P2! He steals it from Pavilion with 5/100ths of a second. Pavilion is going to be fuming. He is going to be fuming with that, guys. No! Oh my goodness, that is absolutely terrible. That is truly and honestly terrible. Like, oh my goodness. Gaber Morgan's got to get P4, Redden P5 due to penalties. Crazy Mars P6, VTech P7, Umuteli is going to come home in P8. He's still got a lap to finish. But what a Canadian GP. Wow. Well done to Morgan 235 for securing P2 after stuff went a little bit intense there. That was absolutely fantastic, guys. Wow, what a race. Yagi-san, Morgan, Pavilion, Gamer Mark, Renan, Crazy Mars, VTech, Umuteli, Ferdinando Souza. Yagi-san takes home the full 25 points, and we're going to see who had the fastest lap in just a second, who's going to take home that extra beautiful 1 point. I think it actually is Renan, but we'll have to see. Fantastic there from Yagi-san as he takes the win. Driver of the day, Renan. Great drive there, guys, but I'm going to give the driver of the day to Yagi-san. He drove spectacularly. What a drive there from Yagi-san. It would have gone to Pavilion if he didn't get the penalty, but the driver of the day, in my opinion, goes to Yagi-san. Look at the happy man in the Red Bull suit. There we go. What a race. Red Bull, Racing Point, and Ferrari on top of the podium. GG's, boys, GG's. As my friends would say, GR for great race. What a fantastic race this was indeed. Wow. GG's, guys. Guys, before we say goodbye, remember to drop a like on the stream. Please follow SLR on social media. We are on Instagram as well as on Twitter. Just type in Straight Line Racing and you will find us. Guys, the final results. Yagi-san Yilmaz will take the win for Red Bull with a total time of 44 minutes and 1 second. You've got Morgan in P2 for Racing Point, Pavilion P3 for Ferrari. Then you've got Gamer Mark P4 for McLaren. Still a could have been a lot more. Redden P5, Crazy Mars P6, VTech P7, Umuteli P8, Ferdisaza P9, and rounding out the top 10, but who did not finish is Furrylando. Guys, that has been today's race. Fantastic race here in A1. I'm sure you guys have enjoyed every second of this. It has been magnifique. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week when we head to the Netherlands. Well, no, when we head to Zandvoort for the Netherlands Grand Prix, or the Dutch Grand Prix. That's it, the Dutch Grand Prix. The Deutsch. No, Deutsch is German. Guys, next week to the Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. Let's see if Gamer Mark, with all the pressure on his shoulders, can get the dub next week. But we'll have to see. I'll see y'all next time. Cheers!